Hi, I'm here with Rachel from Nose to Trail. Firstly, congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell me a little bit about your business?
Yeah, so Nose to Trail was set up in 2020, and I'm a clinical animal behaviourist as well as a dog trainer. So I work with dogs who have behaviour problems, so things like separation anxiety or aggression, and then I use scent work, so things like pet trailing and man trailing to help them to get over those problems.
Amazing. So you said the sort of method you use is positive reinforcement. Could you delve into that a little bit more?
Yeah, so positive reinforcement training is where we reward the dogs for doing good things, and it's the most safe and ethical training that we can use with our dogs.
Yeah.
As a lot of the dogs that I work with have got health problems and are already struggling with being quite anxious, it's the most appropriate method to use with them, because if we've got a dog who's already scared, old school based techniques like the punishment based stuff that people were doing 20 years ago is quite damaging for them, so we want to avoid that at all costs.
Amazing. And how does it differ from traditional methods? And what would you say to potential clients looking to sort of adopt your services?
Yeah, so the first thing is really that they have to come via a vet. So we know that 80% of clinical animal behaviour cases have an underlying health or pain condition, so they have to come to be via a vet, which is really important because it's an added cost for people. You know, they have to pay the vet as well as me, which can put people off, but it is a really important step to take, because if you've got a dog who's in pain and that's the reason they're barking and lunging and snarling at people, we need to address that first rather than just try and feed them treats. So it can be a little bit of a slow process while we iron out any of the health conditions and things first of all, but hopefully by kind of working alongside them and helping the owners rather than just the dogs, we can get to a stage where the dogs are happy and the owners are happy as well.
Great. So on that matter, do you sort of adopt a human-centred approach to dog training?
Yeah, absolutely, because although I could take the lead and I could literally go and train the dog, that's no use to the owner when I'm not there. So we've got to teach the owner the skills that they need so they can help the dogs as well.
Amazing. And I'm really interested to sort of find out more about your dog sniffing for lost dogs. Could you talk about that a bit more?
Yeah, of course. So part of the techniques that I use are what we call pet trailing, which is finding missing, inverted commas, animals. So for the vast majority of the time, it's going to be dogs because it's a lot easier. We can put a dog on a lead. It's harder to hide a fake cat somewhere. But we teach the dogs, just people's pet dogs, to find missing dogs. So it's basically a game of hide and seek for our pet dogs, but using their nose, which is what they're designed to use anyway. So it's quite a fun game, but some of them go on to do it as like a real lost dog search dog, like my own dog, but for a lot of them it's just a hobby, a bit like doing agility or fly ball, something like that.
Amazing. And I know you have a background in animal charities. What sort of kickstarted this transition from that to your independent business?
Yeah, so when I was working for Dogs Trust and for the RSPCA, I ended up in management roles and doing a lot of kind of people-based stuff, and I really realised that I missed being on the ground with the dogs. So that's why I went self-employed, and then I get to be more hands-on and doing more kind of face-to-face work with dogs rather than kind of dealing with human management issues.
Yeah. And what would you say is your favourite thing to teach a dog?
Definitely the pet trailing side of things, because if you've got a dog who is really fearful, they grow in confidence. If you've got a dog who's maybe got a history of being aggressive and the owners have started to maybe, I hate to say it, fall out of love a little bit with their dog, then when they see their dog succeed at something and they get this great bond together and it's all about teamwork, they fall back in love with their pets again, and then hopefully that enables them to stay in the home, which is really important.
Amazing. And finally, do you have any exciting future plans in the pipeline?
I do, yeah. So at the minute, there's only a couple of us, literally, I think there's 3 in the whole of the UK who teach the pet trail side of things. So myself and my colleague in next month are opening our very own school where we will teach other dog trainers to teach people the pet trailing side of things. So hopefully we can get more dogs doing this across the country.
Amazing. It's such a great cause. Well, thank you so much for joining me and congratulations again.
Thank you so much for having me.